What is going on, guys? It's Irish again. Sorry I haven't been making videos, but got my motivation was lacking. Didn't know what to make. But during Christmas, I tried to install Gentoo, but it didn't. I ran out of time. Then I went back. Then I tried BSD, uh, True OS, which is formerly known as PC BSD. Didn't like that as much. Went back to Arch, and now finally I found some time and I finally got Gentoo installed, as you see. One of the reasons why I got wanted to install Gentoo was the learning curve. Arch was such a great learning curve when I went from Fedora to Arch, and I just didn't know what I was doing at the time. Didn't know that, you know, Network Manager, this thing right here, didn't know what that was, and didn't know a bunch of other programs that came by default in like Ubuntu, Mint, Fedora. So I decided to install Gentoo. So if you don't know what Gentoo is, it's a non-binary distribution. So you have to compile everything. So it only took me about 2 days to get it installed, and then I installed it on Saturday night. Didn't get everything done and the base install done until Sunday. So since then, I've been trying to hack away at certain things. I could show you what the main configuration file is called the make.conf, and that is located in the etc portage and then make.conf. So this is pretty much what the system reads anytime you try to compile stuff. So this is your architecture. So you could say native. So it will auto detect what kind of architecture you have, if it's Intel, stuff like that. And then the make ops is how many cores I have. So I have a dual core. So you put dash J3. So you always have to add one above what you have. Video cards is my Intel. And then this is just for my input devices. So Synaptics is for my touchpad, so I can do that. And then the main thing with Gentoo is the use flags. So anytime I compile a certain program, say VLC, it will check this file here, and then it will only compile stuff with MP3, MP4, FFmpeg. Here, I'll do a basic one so we can so I can show you guys. Again, I am brand new at this, so forgive me if it sounds like I'm talking out of my ass, because probably I am. But so if you do a emerge dash p for pretend, v for verbose, and then say VLC, it will check the portage tree, which is the list of all the packages that portage or what Gentoo reads from, and then it will determine uh, if it needs any dependencies or if it needs any use flags changes or anything else like that. So this is taking a little time. Because I'm moving to a brand new type of distribution, I went with XFCE. However, I did install HL Window Manager, so my next video I'll show you some of that. And I'm just getting some certain files. So if I wanted to install VLC, I would have to determine if I want HTTP support, Thunar, or let's see, VLM, or the skins, um, jack support, stuff like that. So you have to kind of know what you're doing a little bit. But so in the ones in red are the ones that it will not take from. The ones in red it will build. So if you didn't want pulse audio, you would go back to that file and use Pulse Audio. Then you would say minus Pulse Audio, and it will not include Pulse Audio. But if I wanted to do this, I would have to make the use changes here, or I can do package.use, so I don't have to put it in my use file. So I can keep my make.conf file shorter. I can just put this package in there, and then I can recompile it or redo this, and it will go away. So let's do a actual one. So I always have dstat, which is like a network thing. So we're gonna do sudo emerge.av. A is for ask, v is for verbose, and then say dstat. Put in my password here. So it will calculate the dependencies, and it does have automatic dependency resolution, unlike I believe Slackware, where you have to install your own dependencies, and same thing with Linux from scratch. So right now it just says it's going to build from Python 2.7. It won't do the Wi-Fi or the examples, so we'll say yes. So you could see it emerging, and then once it emerges or takes it from the portage, then it will install. So this should take not too long, and depending on what you're trying to compile, like the GNOME or KDE, that could take several hours to do. So all I have to do is say dstat, and there you go. It's just telling me, what my total usage is and stuff like that. So it's a very cool program that I like when I'm in my window manager. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be on here for a little bit, probably until it breaks. So I haven't done, also with Gentoo, I would have to do a world update, and then there's a deep world update, which means it will upgrade the libraries. And depending on what's upgrading, it could break my system, and then I would have to start all over. So that's it's kind of like a coin flip, but you would have to manually figure it out and stuff like that. So I did this distribution so I can learn a lot more. I was on Arch for 3.5 years, and I did learn a lot of stuff, but it is pretty animated once you get it set up. However, I am going to be putting Arch on my other laptop, so I will be making some Arch videos still. But yeah, for the time being, I'm going to be on Gentoo Linux, and I do like it. It's definitely learned a lot. So I will, I'll try to do a weekly vlog on anytime I do a deep clean upgrade, just to show you if there's any, conflictions and me trying to solve them. It's going to be kind of like a newbie type of vlog to Gentoo. So hopefully I will probably be making that video on Friday, just to show you, start that series. So I will see you guys on Friday.